All right, so today I really want to talk about how to bulk add tags and go high level. Um, Tags are one of the most important building blocks in go high level because without clear tagging, your CRM can get super messy and you can't really like segment properly. So by the end of this video, I'm hoping you'll not only know how to bulk add tags, but you'll understand exactly how tags kind of fit into the bigger picture, so you don't make those common mistakes that cause a lot of chaos later. Um, so I think it might be important to kind of go through like what tags are and how they work. So to kind of lay the foundation, first of all, tags are just labels you attach to contacts to segment and organize. They're kind of like you can think of them as like a sticky note on, some sort of a file that just helps you organize and segment. Um, what they are not custom fields and they're not pipeline stages. So custom fields, you use that for like specific data, like their birthday, their first name, their last name. Um, you know, just a ton of different. I can even go into. Let me share my screen real quick, and I can go into this. Um, I'll pause. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. But if I go into a contact, for example, so this is just me that I created. You have all these loan details over here, like arrive link, loan status, interest rate. Um, General info is like postal code, website. Those are custom fields that are permanent data. Sometimes they change, sometimes they don't. Um, but I think that's kind of what it's important to know what custom fields are. Pipelines are just where you track your sales stages. So um, over here in your opportunities tab in your pipelines, you'll see. Let's just go to opportunities. It's easier to kind of navigate. So in your loan pipeline, you'll see resubmittal, new lead, application started, application submitted. It's the process of it. Whereas tags are just like the ability to identify something or label a contact with a certain tag to, again, segment. Um, I think best practices before you bulk tag, you want to keep tag names consistent. Um, and so that could mean just your naming conventions for like if you have different types of events, you could do event, webinar, or event, um, open house or something like that. Instead of like a webinar attendee or open house, meta open house or something. It helps to keep tag names consistent. We're not perfect at it, but it just helps to keep it consistent. And then I would just avoid using tags for permanent data, like I said, that belongs in the custom field. And then we don't always do this, but it helps to plan your tagging strategy, like categories, prefixes, or like I said, naming conventions in the past. So I kind of want to take you through, now that we understand what bulk or what tags are, we can then go into how to bulk tag. So you'll want to find your contacts. So navigate to your contact list. And here you can do a bunch with your contacts. We only have two because this is just a test sub account that we have. But you'll see my name and Devin's name here. I've tagged Devin as a real estate agent. I don't have a tag, and so I'll show you why I did that. So essentially, if you want to go through all of your contacts and tag them all with the same tag, you can just click on this button right here or this box right here, and I'll say you have selected 2 records. Now if you have multiple pages of records, you're going to have something pop up on the right over here. Do you want to select all 3,000 records or however many records you have? And you can select that and it'll select all of your contacts within the CRM. And so what we can do here is then just go to this add tag button. You always have to enter an action name. So pretend you want to tag them with like first time buyer lead. So you'll see that first time buyer lead doesn't actually exist in the CRM system. Like you'll see that lead appears, new lead or lead appears in the system, but you don't have something like first time buyer lead. And so what you can do is you can actually select this plus button, and that will add it to your plethora of tags. So you can just add tags on the fly super easily here. So I'll just go ahead and do that. And then if you're like, oh, I actually remember that I have a tag named first time buyer, then it would pop up here and you can redo it. But obviously we don't have that. And so we can just go here and then add tag to all contacts. This is just to stay organized, because you can go, if you'll see right here in your bulk actions section, you'll go there and you can see all the bulk actions you take. So this is technically a bulk action where you're bulk adding a tag, right? So add tag to all contacts first time buyer lead. And then I would just add tags here. And then you can either dismiss it or check progress. I'm going to go ahead and check progress. Looks like it's already complete. It only was 2 contacts, so it doesn't take a whole bunch of time. But you can see the action label here, which is your label that you put inside of the title, the action name, add tag to all contacts, first time buyer lead. The operation was add tag, status is complete. I did the action, Christian Clark, and then it was created and completed at these times. You can show stats too, all success, error. You can click through those, and if there's any errors, it'll tell you like the status of it and why it was an error, and then you can kind of fix it based on those. So you can also filter through dates on, like, I swear I remember tagging somebody in July of 2025. So I would just go to July and I can select through here and I can confirm. And obviously on our end, we didn't do that, but on your end, you can make that happen. So that's how you kind of navigate bulk actions. I'll go back to smart lists and you'll see that we were tagged with first time buyer lead and first time buyer lead with Devin and I. Something cool that you can do is if you want to just add it to a specific type of person, like let's say, because Devin has the real estate agent tag and I don't. So let's say you wanted to add a tag to anybody that is a realtor partner, that has this real estate agent tag. So you can click on this more filters button right here, click on that, and then you can type in tag and then just click that. And then there's a couple different options here. So tag is not, is empty, is not empty, any of. So tag is real estate agent. And so if I put tag is real estate agent, that's going to pull up all my contacts that have the tag real estate agent. So that's like the power of being able to tag people. And so I noticed that Devin's the only one that pops up. And so what I can do here is I can select Devin. And if I wanted to tag all my realtor partners with, had lunch with them or whatever, you can come in here. And add those tags to them. So it's the same process. You just select all the contacts that you want to have selected. I would just select this button right here because then it selects all the contacts. And if you have multiple pages, like I said, you'll have that, select all contact records right here. Add tags, and then you can say add tag to real estate agents. Same process, right? Just add tag to who you're doing it for, and then I would put had lunch. And then if you wanted to, you can just, again, had lunch and add that tag, and then add tags. So I'll go ahead and do that. And Let's refresh. And it might not have gone through yet, so we'll just refresh again. Okay, you'll notice that there's this +1 right here. That means there's one more tag that Devin has. You can click on that. It says more tags on Devin Gill and had lunch. Okay, so that's all the tags they have. And so tagging is really powerful. I feel like I've said the word tag about 100 million times in this video, so apologize for that. Yeah, tagging is really, really powerful. You can segment, organize, do a lot of things that help you stay organized. And it's just really important to do. And then one other important note is, can the CRM duplicate tags? And the answer is no. The CRM cannot duplicate tags, and so you won't have to worry about, like, if I want to come in here and add a tag to Christian, if I go first time buyer lead, you don't have the option to add a new first time buyer lead tag because it's already in the system, so you can't duplicate it that way. And then, can you rename a tag? Yes, you can. If you go down to your settings and then your tags right here, and let's say I wanted to rename first time buyer lead, you can edit it, and I would just, let's say you want to just get rid of lead, you can update that, and that would update across all contacts. And the important thing here is it would also update to your automations. So let's say in your automations you have a trigger that anytime somebody is tagged with first time buyer, they get sent through this workflow, this sequence of, they get an email, a text, they get updated somehow in the CRM. That also changes in the automation too. So that way your automation's not thrown off, because let's say this didn't work. If you change the name, but it didn't affect it in the automation, then you'd have to go to the automation and change the trigger, which is the tag, first time buyer lead, and you'd have to delete it and add a new tag for first time buyer. And so anyways, it updates across the whole CRM. And so I'd stick to, if you want to rename something, I'd stick to renaming this actual tag rather than going through and adding a new tag and then deleting one. Because if you add a new tag and then you delete one, even if it's the same name, let's say, I'll give you an example. So first time buyer, let's say I have an automation that triggers when I add, I'll just show you an example real quick. So tag is tag added and first time buyer. So save trigger. And let's say I just send an email out. I'll even make it easier and just do a text message so I don't have to do the subject and stuff. Boom, save. Let's say now that I have an automation with first time buyer, the tag, I will then go to our tags over here. And if I go ahead and I delete this tag, this automation is no longer going to work, even if I create a new tag called first time buyer. Okay, sorry, I had to go and answer the door, so I'm trying to remember where I was, but I think I was talking about renaming a tag. Okay, sorry, I had to pause again because my daughter's getting potty trained, so there was an accident that I had to go help with. But renaming tags, I believe, is what we were talking about. So, yeah, that's the important thing, is you have to make sure you keep the tag or rename it if you want to keep using that tag for automations or different things. And so, but if you want to delete it and just create a new tag and it won't affect anything, by all means do that. So I was thinking through all the questions you might ask, and Is there a limit? Some people have asked, like, is there a limit on how many tags I can have? Practically, the answer is no. But a messy CRM is harder to manage. And so if you have 1,000 tags, like, it's going to be pretty hard to remember everything. And so I'd keep it under 50. If you need more than 50, keep it under 100, but probably no more than that. But yeah, that's as far as like tag management and organization. That's really, really the most important things to remember. And then let's say that you have, you made a mistake where you added the wrong tag to like 1,000 contacts. So if you go to your contacts tab, let's say I actually didn't want to have had lunch on, my contacts that were real estate agents. I would just, again, go to tag. I would filter down to tag, and I would just have had lunch. I would type in had lunch or select it, and I'd hit apply. Now everybody that has the tag had lunch will appear here. And then you can just select all, like you'll have probably more contacts than this. So you'll just, again, select all. And then if it's select all records right here, select all that. And then you can also remove tags. And so I'll say remove tag for real estate agents. Had lunch, remove all tags. Actually, there is an option if you want to remove all the tags. They will be removed from the selected contacts. But if you want to do specific tags, then you can select a tag and do had lunch, or you can like type it in, had lunch here. And so, yep, that's there. And I can click onto that and then hit remove tags. And I can check the progress, and looks like it's processing 0%. If I just refresh, I bet that's over with. Complete. Yep. And so I'll go to contacts, my smart lists here, which is just that's probably a different video for this, but sorry for my dog in the background. It's chaotic here with potty training and the dog. So that's, I think smart lists, that's probably another video, like I said, but you'll notice here that the tag real estate agent was removed. So you can do stuff like that. If the tag isn't showing, I think it's probably just important to refresh your page right here. Or if all your contacts aren't showing, you can go to, it's likely that your filters are selected. And so let's just say tag is real estate agent. So let's say I put this filter in there, but then I can't see all my other contacts. It's like 30 minutes later. Like, oh, why can I only see these contacts? It's probably because either you haven't refreshed it or there's filters that you just haven't deleted. So delete that filter, exit out, and you should be good to go. And then kind of like an advanced tactic that Devin and I use a lot, like in our own CRM, our own sub account, is creating smart lists. I'm actually just going to go into smart lists by tag. And so let's say, this is technically a smart list. Like all of your contacts is technically a smart list. Smart lists are just segmented by the filters you have applied. And so all is just all contacts, right? But if I wanted to create a new smart list, what I could do is I could go to more filters, and I could go to, and if I wanted to create a smart list for a tag, I could go to tag is, and let's go real estate agent. And then you see this button down here, save as smart list. I can save that as a smart list, and I can put it as real estate agents. Now, Devin has probably created a lot of smart lists for you already, to where you can kind of see them on the top here, but I'm just going to show you how to do that in case you want to do it yourself. So just hit save, and then you'll notice that you have all your contacts right here. But if you would just want to see the real estate agents, you can click on this real estate agents tab, and you'll notice that Devin shows up because he's got the real estate agent tab. So really cool things you can do with tags, smart lists, automations, lots of different things that you can do. So it's kind of cool. Hopefully this video answers a lot of your questions. So now that you kind of know how to bulk add tags, go clean up your contacts, build smart lists, and start using tags to automate, your campaigns and stuff. So hopefully this video helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out over email, text, call, whatever.